Coach Marcus Hodges here with Separation Team. Tryouts are on the way. So for all my players that are going through tryouts, understand I know in every single state, every single city, they might be different, but I want to give you guys a scenario here. Think about it. With COVID protocol, certain places are only allowing 10 players in the gym at one time. So let's say you have about 70 players trying out for the team. So that's 7 different workouts or 7 different tryouts in one sector. So you have to be the top player within your sector. Especially my freshmen coming from 8th grade to 9th grade that are a freshman now, you probably don't know the coaches well because of COVID protocols. So this is your first chance to really show yourself or really to separate, to elevate within this tryout. So a couple characteristics you guys should really focus on. Your attitude. You should always go into the workout with a positive attitude. Second is going to be your leadership. As soon as you walk into that workout, you got to understand who the head coach is, who the assistants are, and you have to make sure to talk and communicate so you can combine all the players together and so they can be on the same page. So that leadership is going to be making sure you know every player's name. Once again, making sure you know your coach's name, making sure each and every drill, you know what you're doing, you know how the lines are flowing, so you can make yourself look good, but also make the team look good. Remember, there is no I in team, but there's an I in win, and you're willing to do whatever it takes so your group or your 10 players within that tryout are going to be the winning group out of the other 6 that have to come. So we have your confidence. Also understand when you're getting called for that second tryout, so you've made the first rounds, now second rounds. Coaches are really trying to see what players are going to be the best, but also what players are playing the best. A lot of players ask, where does confidence come from? What I believe, confidence comes in the work. You understanding that you're going to the gym, you're in the weight room, you're on the field with your conditioning, getting up your shots. Once you start to do that every single day and you create a routine, that's where your confidence is born. That's where you see those players maybe talk a little trash, to maybe when the big lights are on, they aren't as nervous because they understand, hey, I shoot at my 500 shots a day. Hey, I work on my ball handling 15 minutes. Hey, I pick up some of my friends or my friends pick me up and we go out and play pickup 5 and 6 times a week. So none of this is new. It's all just a regular routine, but now I have a couple coaches that are telling me what to do, and mostly it's gonna be things you've probably already worked on. So that's really how you build that confidence going into those tryouts, going into those workouts, or stepping into those games. No, everything's not gonna work out how you want it to be, but what makes a champion, what makes a leader is how you deal with those stresses and how you deal with those negatives. How do you deal with the turnover? You bounce back and try to steal the ball, you bounce back and try to get that rebound. So understand you're chasing perfection, but you also know nobody on this world, on this planet, is perfect. Every player has to understand their role. Everybody's not gonna be able to be James Harden and Kevin Durant. Sometimes there's gonna have to be that Patrick Beverley, right? There's gonna have to be that Lou Will, that guy to come off the bench to add that spark. But you have to understand your role. Once you understand your role, you have to accept it. There's a lot of players that understand they're defenders, but they don't really buy in that role, they don't accept it. So once you understand what your role is, ask your teammates, ask your coach, hey, what do you want me to do every single game? And you have the role, and then you got to be able to perfect that role. So in the season, you still have to make sure you're getting your workouts, but you want to have at least about 30 minutes of that workout understanding your role. Hey, I catch the ball here. Hey, I'm usually going to be right in this situation. Hey, my defender likes to do this, or my offensive player likes to pass me the ball here. Understand that within the workout so you also become more efficient during the season, and your coach was probably going to play you more because you're more efficient. You have to be in shape. An easy way to weed out the players that haven't been putting in the work, just run them. Suicides, 17s. So if you're not in shape, you can already almost count yourself off. So make sure you're in the best shape as you can within that first tryout, but also that second tryout. When you're in that second tryout, you should already know the coach a little bit. You should be a familiar face. So make sure you're really trying to understand what he needs for the team and also what he needs within these tryouts. So, hey, that might be the best player. I have to find a way to give that player the ball. Hey, this guy needs to work on his handle, so hey, I'm that player that's gonna make sure I'm gonna pick him up 94 feet every single play. Because tryouts, at the end of the day, it's a business. The coach is trying to pick the 14 best players usually on that team, probably play the top 8, and he thinks is gonna make sure he's gonna win every single game. So you have to have a winning attitude and you have to have a winning effort in every single drill and in every single tryout that you go to. What happens when you go to tryout and your shot's off? You're just not feeling it, the shot hasn't been going in. Let's say maybe you guys have weights before that. What else can you bring to the team? What else can you bring? That's defense. That's going to be being able to communicate. That's going to be trying to grab every single loose board or rebound every single time. You have to play these mental games with yourself. I'm going to get 10 rebounds right here. In this drill, I'm going to make sure I win against my opponent every single time. Because just those small things within a tryout, within a workout, within a practice, turn to something huge. And that's all you're trying to do, chop down that wood. You know in one strike, you're not going to knock down that tree, but as long as you're chipping at it and hitting it every single day, that tree eventually is going to fall down and you're going to get that win. Some of the best players in the world, LeBron James, Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, Greek Freak, they're cool. Why are they cool? They win championships. They play hard. They're the best players on the court every single time. Not because what we see, but it's really what we don't see. So it's not about the shoes or the socks or the gear you have. It's about a winning effort. It's about winning. Winning is going to make you cool. Why? Everybody wants to know who's the best team in that state, who's the best team in the city, who's the best team in the region. And that's your chance to be cool. A lot of people think money is cool. Hey, at the college level, if you have a big following, now college players are able to get paid. Now you're able to maybe drive that car around to practice so you're never late and you're on time putting in work. LeBron James is cool, 4 or 5 houses. You see him on TV a lot, but it's about the work he puts in. It's not how he dresses. That comes later. That comes after the money starts to roll in. That happens after the endless nights of you putting in the work. You working on your ball handling, you working on your shot, you also working on your condition. What is cool? Cool is winning. What is cool? Cool is working hard. What is cool? Understanding there is no I in team. What is cool? Cool can be you.